Hey everyone, it's Ed Harris here from Brett's Hamburgers. It's really about time Gavin made a video, isn't it? But anyways, just to say that I'm now going to give you a video showing you how to make a burn effect on your arm without actually burning yourself. You will need some liquid latex. You probably won't need a litre like I have bought, but I just bought that so I have more left over. A small amount of fake blood, some skin or face paints, and the appropriate tool to apply these things. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is put some liquid latex in this glass jar. But as a warning, do not sniff this, it smells revolting. Should be enough, it's probably a bit too much actually. Okay, now I've got that. Oh yes, as a warning, before trying liquid latex, just do a tester on your arm. So this also is a little bit of my tester, just to see that I'm not allergic to this stuff. Okay, so now after that, I'm going to paint it into my... Actually, don't need to paint it, I'll just use my finger. Okay, so just... Ugh, feels quite gooey. Okay, so I'm just going to do a cut on my arm. Just lay it across my skin. Now, anyone will tell you that multiple thin layers of latex are better for effect. They're better for effect. And it's easier to work with. Okay, so just applying very thin layers over the area where I want the cut to be. Okay, I've just got some on my arm here. That may be very nasty later on. Ugh. Okay, so there's a thin layer of latex. So now, instructions say let it to set and dry for about half an hour or 25 minutes. So I'm going to do that now. Cue time lapse. Okay, so just to say now, the latex has now dried. As you can see, it's gone mostly clear. There are still some spots of white, but it doesn't matter. That's because it's a bit thicker than normal. So now what we do, we need to make our actual cut. Now, since I've put so much latex on here, it's probably not going to end up being a cut. It's probably going to end up more like an enormous scratch of flesh missing. So all you need is some kind of tool. I'm going to use my nails. And you just dig up a bit of latex. Ow! God. Okay, so what you do, you get it up. Ow! Jesus, yeah, don't get it on your arm hair, that hurts a lot. Do you know what? I'm gonna go get some scissors. Okay, so it turns out I couldn't find these scissors, so I'm just gonna have to use a very sharp knife. Now, I wouldn't recommend this, because obviously it's your skin. You just gotta tear it. There we go, got a bit off. As you can see, it looks like there's a hole in my skin. Yeah, that's where I accidentally touched it when it was drying, but I'll do something with that. Okay, so now I've done that. I've just got to peel it more. Okay, so that's good. As you can see, there's like quite a nasty hole there. So now I'm just going to peel that back. Okay, so just peel it back so it makes it look a bit less fake, looks a bit more natural with your skin. Okay, so now that's done, we've got to paint in this bit of what it would look like underneath your flesh. Now obviously, if it was just a little cut, you know, just like first top layer of skin, I would just be able to just get a little bit of red and just dab it on. Since I want this to look like it's a huge cut or a bit of flesh missing from my arm, I'm going to use quite a lot of red. Now I've got this red kind of face paint here, but I tell you, whoever I bought this from is going to get some very, very angry feedback on Amazon because there's a pathetic amount inside it. And look at that. That's pathetic. It's brand new. It's pathetic. Okay, so now, using the brush provided to make it a bit wetter. That looks cool. Great, I wish I had some water. So I'm just going to get a little bit of water with my brush. Okay, I've now got some water. So now I'll just be able to clean my brush off. There we go. What I'll also do, I'll get a bit of blue, possibly a bit of black, just to make it look like a bit more of a convincing wound, like a bit bruised, you know? So, if you really had some patience, you could probably make some veins, you know, just paint some veins in. But I do not have that patience. Okay. So now just with a makeup sponge, which came with the face paint kit, just dab that down a bit. Ugh. That's nasty, isn't it? Ugh. Okay, so now that that's done, I'm quite happy with that. I've now got to disguise the rest of this latex to look like the rest of my skin. Now if I wanted, I could probably just tear more away so I didn't have a bigger job to do, but that's going to hurt a lot, so I'm just going to paint it all. So now, I'm going to use her face paints again still, except I'm going to use like yellows, to use orange, possibly some whites, and the red again. Okay, so now that's done. Ugh, that looks horrid, doesn't it? Ugh. Okay. So yeah, now I've done that, I'm going to put some fake blood on it. Now the fake blood, probably the thicker the better if you want it for long lasting, but if you're just going to use it for a quick thing like I am, then just some of the liquidy stuff will do fine. Ugh. Ugh. This isn't as liquidy as I thought, actually. This is more thick, which is good. Yeah. Yeah, doesn't that look nasty? So now what I'll also do, I'll smear out with the brush a lot. Yeah. And there we go. That's quite a nasty, nasty wound in my opinion. Not sure what would cause that wound, but it looks pretty nasty. Okay, so there we go. Just leave that to dry for a bit, and there we go.